So we're currently in Nong Ham and we're just having a look at silk production. So you can see here the very tiny little silkworms, and they're feeding on mulberry bushes. Now the reason that Isan in the northeast of Thailand is so well known for its silk production is they say that the mulberry trees grow better in this area due to the soil than anywhere else in Thailand. So once the worms have had a good feed on the mulberry bushes, or on the mulberry tree leaves, they start to produce their cocoons. And you can see the silk here, these are yellow cocoons. Inside here are the larvae of the silkworm as it's preparing to become a moth. Now, once these cocoons are spun, in total they will end up with a total length of thread of about 900 meters, and the larva will produce silk thread at a rate of almost 12 centimeters. I'll have to check this, but I believe it's about 12 centimeters a minute. Now, as you can also see just behind us, this is also the silk loom, which is literally just at the front of the house, and you can see an area here of netting to provide a little bit of protection from the elements, from the different bugs and bites, the flies and the mosquitoes. Yeah. But this is all literally just on the front porch of the house. You can see here the kids outside just having a bit of a play in the park, just relaxing on the hammock. It's Saturday morning at the moment, so still relatively cool for this region. This is in fact one of the hottest areas of Thailand. But anyway, let's go across and have a little look at the actual production once the moth, or once the larva has created its cocoon and then become ready for its production. So you can see once again, this is the actual cocoons here. What you're looking at here, these are larvae. They have been taken out because they've already been boiled. So what actually happens, let's go back a bit, these cocoons are then taken and they're submerged in boiling water. So we can see the fire here cooking, the hot water. So the cocoons are put into the water. That effectively kills the larva, and that larva is then later eaten as a bit of a snack. So we've actually eaten these and tried these before. They're quite a nutty sort of creamy flavour. But anyway, you can see that there are several cocoons, maybe about 8 or 9 or 10 cocoons, which create this very, very fine thread, which is drawn up through this wet stick, the small gap in this wet stick. And from there, here's some more cocoons just being added now. So from there, the thread is then brought up through this tiny little hole onto the wheel, and it is then wound or bound together as one piece of silk thread. So it's quite a time-consuming process. As I mentioned, remember that there's up to 900 meters of thread in each cocoon. So that's nearly a kilometre of thread in each cocoon. So once the thread is then brought through, this is the production of raw silk, by the way. So literally one single strand of silk thread being pulled together by several cocoons. So as I mentioned, about 8 or 9 cocoons in this silk, this piece of silk thread. So it's very, very high quality, very, very strong as well. So you won't see this too often in the shops, and it's generally in the highest price range. Okay, so you then see that all the silk ends up, all the silk threads ends up here in this basket, and you can't, this is all put in a certain way, a certain fashion, wrapped around different parts of the basket, and then later on this will all be pulled out again, and it has to be washed, and then from there also wound onto spools, maybe sent off for dyeing, and then eventually it will end up in silk production, either as, well, pieces of textiles, and then for use of making shirts or dresses or such. So as mentioned, this area where we are at the moment, this is Nong Ham. So we're just about 15 minutes drive north of a place by the name of Kaeng Khlo, which is about half an hour north of Chaiyapum in northeastern Thailand. If you do want to come to this area, where you need to fly into, you can either fly to Khon Kaen, Thai Airways. It's about 2,500 baht from Bangkok, or alternatively a 5-hour bus journey from the Mon Chit bus station in Bangkok will bring you to Khon Kaen, and then a tuk-tuk for only 100 baht to get out here from Khon Kaen to Nong Ham. So it's a nice little area, very typical, very traditional, and as you'll see, if you really want to get away from the tourist part of Thailand, this is really local, rural territory where you get to see something a little bit more unique than just the tourist sites of Thailand. This is really in the, how would you say, the back of beyond, and really seeing how local people live. So anyway, we'll just come back to our lady with our silk and say thank you very much, Kop Kong Ka, and we'll get on and start to move back down towards Bangkok, where we're off to today.